First exercise, if you grab the dumbbells, is going to be a squat and press. So if you hold the dumbbells at your shoulder and you're going to squat bum back and down, and as you stand up, you're going to press the dumbbells overhead. So as you squat down, the shoulders come towards the shoulders, and it doesn't really matter which grip you have. As you come down, you can twist them, you can turn them. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it, as long as they stay shoulder on the way down, and then they press above head as you stand back up. So make sure the bum goes back and down as you come down into that squat, and the back stays nice and straight. Really important, that one. So we change. You're going to turn the knuckles in front, and then it's the upright row. So what you're going to do is slide the hands up and up very close to the body as your elbows go out to the side. You're trying to get the shoulders, so all the way through, your elbows are trying to stay higher than your hands. So upright row, elbows go out to the side and high, and the elbows stay just higher than the dumbbells, and you're sliding the dumbbells right next to the body. They don't come off that body at all. Make sure you squeeze the abs all the way through so you don't start arching that low back. This is the wide squat. You see my legs go a little wider. I've changed my grip just to let my forearms have a little rest. So I'm squatting again, bum goes back and down, just with a wider stance this time. So I'm trying to keep my chest high all the way through, and I'm trying to stick my bum back and down every time. You'll see when I go side on a bit later, as I squat down, my upper body leans no further than 45 degrees at the lowest point. Then you drive back up and you're trying to squeeze through the butt as you come up out of that. Squeeze the abs again, always helps keeping the abs on all the way through, just looks after the back. So this one, you're going to drop down, you're going to go into a sort of a press-up position with the knuckles facing outwards, but you're going to lean on the dumbbells. Your feet are going to go a little wider. You're going to roll the dumbbell into your side, and you're going to turn and press above the head. Now, if there's any issues, just do a normal roll. Bring the hand into your side only. Don't turn. If there's any issues, if you feel it uncomfortable, don't push past it. What you're trying to do, you're trying to squeeze the abs, roll the hand into your stomach. You're going to turn and then press above the head every time. You've got to squeeze the abs to make sure the body stays in a fairly straight line. You don't want to stick the bum in the air too much, and you don't want to drop it down too much. Pretty much a straight line. Roll the hand into your side, turn and then press above the head. So next one, feet are going to go a little bit closer. This is a bent over row. So you're going to lean over, so your back is, it's not quite parallel to the floor. It's a little higher than that with the back flat, knuckles facing outwards, and you're going to roll the dumbbells into your sides. You see my knuckles are facing outwards. As I row up, I'm just trying to tuck my elbows into my side as best I can. Trying to limit any extra movement with that upper body. So my stance is quite narrow as well. This one is a single arm squat, and you're going to hike up to the elbow and then press above head, and you're going to alternate it every time. So every time it comes in between my legs, you squat, bring the hand up to the shoulder and then press above head. You're going to change it before you squat back down again. Good. Squat down, drive the arm up to shoulder and then press above head. So it's a normal squat. You just got to be a bit more powerful from the lowest point coming up out of it. You've got to drive up. A little bit of a mess up on that one, but you've got to drive up from the lowest point, okay? You've got to use the momentum of the legs to get the hand up towards your shoulder. So you've got to drive it through the legs, use that momentum to bring that hand up to the shoulder. So you're going to drive that bum back and down. So I've got a little bit more of a wider stance, power up through the legs as the hand comes up to the shoulder and then press above head. Any issues with the shoulder, just do a normal squat. Keep alternating hands again, but just do a normal squat. Don't bring the hand up to the shoulder height. Next one, you're going to lie back with your legs bent. You're going to push your arms up out in front of the body with the knuckles facing outwards. The dumbbells are going to touch each other. And what we're going to do is reach right over the top of your head. It's a pull over. So what you're trying to do is use your chest and the back of your arms to pull the dumbbells back. You're trying to reach away from you. Reach right overhead, tap overhead, and then bring it back every time. So you're going to lightly hold the abs on. All that's going to do is make sure the lower back doesn't overarch. So you reach over, you're going to use your chest and the back of the arms just to bring the dumbbells back. Then you're going to drop one dumbbell, you're going to keep the other one, and you're going to hold the dumbbell up in front of you, and this is a crunch. And you just watch how much I actually crunch off the floor. You don't really need to come up any higher than that. That's as much as the abs actually flex. Any further, then it starts to go into hip flexors. So you're trying to keep the lower back on the floor and just roll the upper back off the floor. Keep your chin tucked into your chest, and try and roll. Just drive the dumbbell up in front of you, and it's nice and slow and controlled movement. So you're forcing the abs to do the work all the time, every rep, keeping the abs on. Round two. Once again, starting with a squat and a press. Pick up your dumbbells. Feet roughly shoulder width apart. Holding dumbbells at shoulders. Remember, you can hold whatever grip. You can keep your knuckles facing backwards, or you can keep the knuckles facing outwards. You can twist between the two. Don't particularly mind. As long as when you squat, you're going to go bum back and down. And you're going to lean over so your upper body's around 45 degrees, no further. So you're going to lean over as the bum goes back and down. So as you come up, you're going to press up. Then as you come back down, the dumbbells come down with it. So as you stand up, the dumbbells go up. And then as you sit down into the squat, the dumbbells come back down. So just making sure every time the bum goes back, you lean over to around 45 degrees. And you drive back up with the butt every time. So the next one is the upright row. You're going to turn the knuckles facing forwards. You're going to hold the abs on. And you see the dumbbells, they just slide up and down in front of my body. I'm trying to keep my elbows higher than my hands at all times. Holding the abs on to stop any sway of the pelvis, any arch of the lower back. And you're trying to use the shoulders, especially to hike the arm up. The biceps will be working as the dumbbells come in closer to you. Wider squat again. So again, I change my grip just to give my forearms a rest. And then I squat my bum back and down. Every time, remember, you've got to keep that chest upright. So when I say upright, it just keeps that back flat. As you lean over, you're still going to lean over to around 45 degrees. Lean over, then drive up tall every time. Drive through butt every time. I find looking ahead, looking straight ahead is preferable for me. You can look straight down so the head is in line with the rest of the spine, but I like to look straight ahead. It helps keep my back flat. Just make sure you keep a wider stance on that one. So when you drop down onto the floor, in the press position, holding the dumbbells though, taking a wider stance with the feet. You're trying to squeeze the abs, and you're trying to turn the rib cage more than you are the pelvis. So this is a real good one for the abs. You're going to turn and press overhead so you get to the shoulders and the chest at the same time. So once again, any back issues, any shoulder issues, just roll the one arm into your side without the turn. Just alternate the rows. Got to make sure you squeeze the abs. It's very difficult to keep the body in one straight line throughout this one. So you're just trying to hold as best you can. Squeeze the abs and then turn between the two. So next one is the bent over row again. Different position, different angle. So you see I lean over. I don't mind 45 degrees, but I try to go just past that. So it's a bit close to parallel to the floor. And I'm rolling my elbows into my side. So as I look down, my spine's pretty much in one straight line. And the knuckles are facing outwards. My knees are just slightly unlocked, just slightly bent. That helps you keep a straighter back. So you're going to keep trying to roll the elbows in, and you're trying to get the lat muscles as you roll the elbows in. So we've got one arm, squat and press. So you're going to squat down with one hand, drive up through the butts. Momentum is going to take the weight up to your shoulder, and then you press above the head. This is a really good whole body exercise. Button back and down every time. Drive up, use the power of the legs to power the dumbbell up to your shoulder, and then press overhead. Lying back on the next one, number 7. You're going to lie back, legs bent again, pushing your arms straight up in front of your chest, knuckles facing outwards and the dumbbells touching each other. You're going to keep your elbows just slightly bent and then reach them overhead. Reach them overhead, and the straighter arms you can keep, the more you'll find you're going to get the chest and the back of arms doing the work. So you're trying to lightly hold the ab muscles on, and that is just going to stop that lower back from arching. Don't mind it arching a little bit, we don't want it overarching. Lightly hold the abs on and then reach over, straighter arms, really focus on trying to use your chest and your back of arms to bring that back. So get rid of one dumbbell, turn the dumbbell and then hold it in both hands, pushing straight up over chest, and then you're going to crunch up. As you crunch, you're going to reach the dumbbell up. Once again, just not how much my trunk flexes. It's not too high. It's not like the olden days when you crunch right off the floor. You're trying to get the lower back on the floor. This is as much range of motion as the abdominals actually have when it comes to flexion. That's all you need to do. Keeping the chin tucked in. Any issues in the neck or anything, just get rid of the dumbbell and just support the neck. Just hold the head lightly as you crunch up instead. Set 3. Grabbing the dumbbells, we're starting with squat and press again. Once again, just remember whatever grip, whatever hand position you prefer. So I got feet just a little wider than shoulder stand, then shoulder width. I'm sitting my bum back and down, and you see I'm twisting the dumbbells when I do it. I turn knuckles outwards on the way down and turn them backwards as I press back up. You've still got to focus on trying to use your legs to do most of the movement. And then you're going to use your shoulders and the back of your arms to press the arms above your head. Lightly holding abs just to make sure that back doesn't into upright row. Turn the knuckles in front of the body, and once again all you're doing is just sliding the dumbbells up in front of the body. The elbows have to go wide. A lot of people, they try and rotate their arms so the dumbbells actually come off the body. That's not what we're looking for here. I'm trying to get the dumbbells to slide up and down in front of the body, raising the elbows so the elbows just stay higher than the hands all the way through. And remember, you're just holding the abs on just to stop the lower back overarching. Wide squats, wider stance, change the grip. I tap the floor with the dumbbells, still forcing my bum back and down. I've still got big range there, keeping my chest high. Big drop, and then power up through the legs, especially the butt. Really drive up tall, coming up tall with a brief pause at the top. Make sure you really squeeze the bum at the top of the range of motion on that one. Dropping down, so you're going to hold the dumbbells, knuckles facing outwards, legs wide, and then it's the one we're going to turn and press. Every time you're trying to squeeze the abs, making sure they stay on all the way through. This is a real important one for the abs. As you turn, you're trying to hold the pelvis slightly and turn the rib cage more. This is really going to get the abs on more. And then you've got to use your arms, shoulders to turn and to press the dumbbell overhead. So feet a little closer. You're going to lean over. This is the bent over row again. So every time you're just going to tuck the elbows in, squeeze them into your side. You're trying to get the lat muscles, the back muscles to do most of the work. The biceps will be working at the same time, helping along. But you really focus on squeezing the elbows, tuck them in, squashing the shoulders down to make sure that the lat muscles, the big back muscles, do most of the work on this one. So one arm, squat and press. Drop the bum into a squat, drive up with the legs, and use momentum of that to bring the hand up to the shoulder, and then use the shoulder and back of arms to power that dumbbell overhead. Squat down, and every time you're going to change the hands as just before you drop into another squat. Then as you drop into squat, you use the power of the legs, sticking your bum back and down. You don't want to lose that 45-degree angle as you squat down. So pull over again, so you reach, lying on your back, legs bent, lightly holding the abs, the knuckles are facing outwards, and you're going to touch the dumbbells together. And again, you're reaching overhead. Same again, using the chest, using the back of the arms to drive that back. Big reach over, chest and back of arms, bringing the dumbbells back over. Just make sure you don't bend the arms too much on this. This want to be unlocked, but if they bend too much, the arm muscles will take over all the movement instead of the chest. Dropping one dumbbell, and then using the one, holding on with both hands, using it to crunch up and out in front of the body. Keeping the chin tucked in, really focus on using the abs, big crunch up in front of the body. Big crunch, without allowing that low back to come off the floor. Nice and slow range. It's always moving, crunch up, crunch down, making sure the abs stay on all the way throughout. Fourth round, last round. Again, just take note of any issues that you're having with any exercises. If you find you can't quite get it right and it's going in the wrong place, just get rid of the dumbbells and try and continue with those exercises without the dumbbells. Squat and press again, just making sure the bum goes back and down. The back is flat all the way through. If you're finding the lower back is rounding, if you find anything's hurting that lower back, don't press overhead. Just keep the hands by your sides instead. Upright row, the feet come a little closer. Again, you turn the knuckles in front and you try and roll up and down in front of the body. You don't want to bring the hands too high. The elbow should always stay in front of the hands, of the dumbbells. Trying to raise the dumbbells nice and high to make sure the shoulders and the traps do most of the work. So wide squat from side on this time, changing grip again, and you'll see as I drop down into a squat, my upper body leans no further than 45 degrees. You're trying to force that bum back and down. If you're finding that lower back is starting to round, then you've probably gone too far. You probably don't have the range of motion that you need. So just don't drop as deep. That will come with time. You can always get rid of the dumbbells and learn that range of motion. So, facing the floor, just beware of any aches and pains that you have, any in the shoulders or the back. It's not worth pushing the body all the way through. Only do this one if you don't have any aches and pains and you find it work in the right areas, such as the abs, obviously the butt holding in that place, and then the shoulder and the arms at the same time. Any aches and pains, just hold the position like a press position, holding the dumbbells, and alternate one arm row at a time. Don't do the turn. Next is the bent over row. Feet are a little bit closer, leaning over, so you just a bit past 45 degrees, and then your knuckles are facing out. And as you roll, bend the arms, trying to tuck the elbow into your side every time. Trying to keep that back flat. If it helps you, just look straight ahead. That will help keep your back flat. Just keep trying to roll, tucking the elbows in every time, and keeping those knees unlocked will help. If you're struggling with this exercise, because it is a whole body exercise, everything is working pretty much, just do the squat down and alternate your hands in between each squat. Don't do the press above the head if it's too complicated. But as you squat down, you're going to drop with one arm, power through the legs, hand comes up to the shoulder with momentum, and then you've got to use your shoulder and back of arms, your triceps to do the movement. You'll see there. So as I alternate, my bum goes back and down. Again, 45-degree angle every time. Bum goes back and down, power up, and the momentum helps with bringing the dumbbell to the shoulder. Power up through the legs. I spin my hand, I spin my shoulder, and then press above head every time. Power up through legs every time. Lightly holding the abs just to make sure that lower back doesn't arch too much. Lying on back, again reaching overhead, you're going to push your arms in front, knuckles facing out, you're going to keep the hands together, reaching overhead, and then squeeze back, really focus on the chest and the back of arms all the way through. Last one is the ab crunch. So you can hold the dumbbell up in front, straight arms, and then focus on using the abs to crunch that dumbbell right up in front of the body. Drive it up. Again, I keep focusing on I keep pointing out which muscles you should be working. It's really important that you find those muscles working yourself. Keep trying to focus on using the abs to crunch that dumbbell up in front of the body every time.